till late. Loading those crates, we separate. On the dock, making moves with my team. Warehouse names, got that Memphis name. O's for the loud, stacking up the freight. Cloud rap high, you know we don't wait. Daylight waves, but we stay on the grind. Industry scene, no Dringos unsigned. Forklifts hum with the rhythm, the bass. On Southside Freight, we're steadying the pace.
From the long walk to the midnight heat. Everything you can, you can get. After episode, but all I get the crew, get it warehouse light, gotta make that move. Southside Freight, your show never ends. In the ornament, this real hooker transcends. Forward, 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 forward.
It's bright and early Monday morning as Lexington, a.k.a. Lex, sits in his car, thinking if he could have avoided his motorcycle accident, he would not be at this shithole working. But the powers that be had other plans. Plans of long days, full of freight, complaints, and lazy ass niggers. And it just so happens today, they are having a meeting before their shift. Why? Because Southside just lost another terminal manager. Let's join in because shit just got real.
The sound of tires crunching on gravel fades as I sit in my car, parked just outside the looming warehouse. I lean back in my seat, staring at the cracked windshield, exhaustion creeping over me like a heavy blanket. I let out a long sigh, rubbing my eyes, trying to shake off the weight of another day ahead of me. How the fuck did I get here? I muttered to myself, the question hanging in the air like smoke. Seriously, I went from enjoying life, doing my thing, until that crazy accident on my motorcycle. Now I'm here, sitting in this parking lot, mentally prepping for another day of dodging forklifts and dealing with, well, everybody else. I pause, taking a deep breath, as if that's gonna make the day any easier.
Nope.
I thought after all that, life would slow down a bit. But nah. Turns out day shift just means I get to see the mess in full daylight. I glance at my phone, checking the time. And of course, we've got a meeting this morning because we just lost our terminal manager. Again. I roll my eyes, open the door, and step out of the car. Great start to the day. The break room is packed, as usual. Everyone's in their own world, scrolling through phones, drinking the world's worst coffee, or staring off into space, which, honestly, I can't blame them for. I find a spot against the back wall, trying to make myself as invisible as possible. At the front of the room is Dewan. He's pacing back and forth like he's about to deliver a halftime speech at the Super Bowl.
As y'all know, we just lost our terminal manager yesterday. But we've been here before, hell, several times.
Dewan clears his throat and continues, now really getting into his speech.
But you know our motto, if you're feeling sick and want to stay at home, you come to work.
What the fuck?
A few groans escape from the back of the room, but Dewan isn't fazed. He's on a roll.
If your child is sick, you bring your baby and leave them in the break room, and you come to work.
You sons of bitches.
I can feel my eyes rolling so far back in my head, I might just lose them. Dewan is pacing now, working up a sweat like he's giving some kind of rallying cry.
And if there's a nuclear war outside, find a bunker. But after the bombs drop, you come to work.
This nigga
The
tripping.
room goes dead silent. We're all just staring at him like, did he really just say that? But hey, this is Southside. Nothing surprises me anymore. Dewan claps his hands, snapping everyone back to attention.
Now, we gotta pick it up on that dock, cause y'all motherfuckers on my clock and not working. And if you ain't working, you must be jerking. Oh, and always remember, it's always a great day at Southside Freight.
I grab my paperwork from dispatch. It's the usual, stacked higher than it should be, scribbled in handwriting that looks like it was written by someone actively avoiding responsibility. I flip through the pages, trying to make sense of it all. Trailer 37. Pallet count 33. Yeah, That'll be manageable. I open the back of the trailer, and of course, the last few pallets are scattered across the floor like a toddler tried to play Jenga with them. Boxes are crushed, and one's leaking. Fantastic. I step into the trailer, crouch down to pick up a box, and the bottom falls out.
Fuck!
Now it's just me, sitting in a pool of whatever the hell this stuff is, trying to convince myself that this job is still worth it. I shake my head. I'm pretty sure this is how villains get their origin stories. Today's the day Lex becomes a supervillain. First order of business, burn down the warehouse. I start picking up pieces of freight and stacking them neatly, even though I know the second I'm done, someone's going to knock it all over again. It's the circle of life here. That's when I hear the unmistakable sound of Coach's footsteps. You can tell it's him before you even see him. Slow, steady, and confident. Like someone who's seen it all and couldn't be bothered to rush for anyone or anything. You don't work here long without knowing the regulars. And Coach? He's as regular as it gets. The man's been working here since, I don't even know when. Seriously, I'm pretty sure Coach came with the plan. He was probably here when they laid the foundation, supervising the construction crew with his arms crossed, nodding approvingly. Coolest guy on the dock, though. If anyone knows how to survive this place without completely losing their mind, it's him.
Lex, my man, how's it going, young blood?
I stand up, brushing the dust off my hands, trying to look like I've got it all together. Same old circus, Coach. Just trying to make it through the day.
Man, you gotta let all that stress roll off you. It's just like water on a duck. Life's too short to be sweating over some messed up pallets. Man, you know, life's like a dog chasing a chicken through a field. Ain't no sense in trying to catch it because you just going to get tired. Gotta let it run round till it tires itself out, you hear me?
I nod, trying my best to understand. Don't get me wrong, Coach is wise, but sometimes it feels like talking to a cryptic fortune cookie with a southern accent. The problem is, half the time I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. What does a dog and a chicken have to do with this pallet mess, I wonder? But then again, Coach always makes it sound profound. Maybe when you've been here since the dinosaurs roamed, you just speak in riddles. Yeah, you're right, Coach. Just another day, right? I say, playing along because I don't know what else to do. Coach and I finish loading the trailer, and it's a miracle nothing's fallen apart yet. As I wipe the sweat off my forehead, I nod to Coach. Appreciate the help, man.
No problem, young blood, just another day.
Now, with the trailer done, I look around the dock. I should find a red shirt and figure out what they want me to do next. The red shirts. See, the red shirts are a different breed. They're supposed to be temporary management, but what do they actually do? Well, that's a mystery. You got two kinds of red shirts, dock and office. The dock red shirts walk around like they run the place, but they just pace back and forth, yell a bit, and disappear whenever real work shows up. They're like the hall monitors of the warehouse, power tripping but petty. Now, the office red shirts, they're different. Cooler, if you ask me. They don't deal with the mess on the dock, and because of that, they're usually in a better mood. Office red shirts are more laid back. They'll chat with you about the game or what happened on TV last night. They've got that I'm not here to stress energy, which I can respect. But surprise, I don't see any red shirts on the dock right now. Typical. So, with no one to direct me, I head to the break room for a snack. I push open the break room door, heading straight for the vending machine. The highlight of my day? An Uncrustable sandwich. Yeah, it's basic, but it's one of the few things around here that doesn't disappoint me. I'm digging through my pockets for change when I hear voices rising from the corner. It looks like an argument's brewing, and I can't help but tune in.
Bro, you tripping. There's no way your forklift's faster than mine.
Keon is saying. He's always been that guy who's still living off of high school glory.
You crazy, my boy. You really don't give a damn what come out your mouth.
Dean, a mainly laid-back employee, fires back, his voice monotone, but just as intense.
I've been fixing motors since I was a kid. Souped mine up last week. Ain't no way your shit faster than mine.
At this point, a few other guys have stopped pretending to mind their own business and are watching the back and forth like it's the start of a reality show. I grab my Uncrustable from the machine and casually join the growing crowd. Now, don't get me wrong. In the grand scheme, does it matter which forklift is faster? Not. But something about this dumb argument has got me curious. I'm watching two grown men slapbox over who has the best lawnmower. Keon crosses his arms, grinning like he's already won.
I've been using the same forklift for 3 days straight. No issues, no breakdowns. It's the fastest one on the fucking dock. Everybody knows that shit.
Fastest? Dean raises an eyebrow, unimpressed.
You are delusional and have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I've been about this speed shit since I was in diapers. I'm telling you, I tuned mine up myself. You ain't got a shot in hell, my boy.
There's a quiet murmur from the other guys, all of them nodding like they know what's up, but clearly just as clueless as I am. I'm standing there, chewing on my sandwich, watching them go at it like this is the next big thing. Do I care who has the fastest forklift? I think to myself. No, not really. But the more I listen, the more I want to see where this ends up. Before I can respond, T-Baby, who's clearly been enjoying this whole thing, yells,
"Quit playing around and race."
Now, this is a small detail that changes everything. T-Baby, one of our few female coworkers, is leaning against the wall, watching the scene unfold with a raised eyebrow and a smirk. Now, one thing I know about guys, you're not going to call them out like that in front of a woman and not get a reaction. Pride's on the line now. I can practically see the shift in Keon and Dean faces like the stakes just got a whole lot higher. Their grins spread wider and they both puff up their chests, looking like they've been personally challenged to defend their honor.
So, here's the setup. Keon and Dean, two grown-ass men with more pride than sense, have decided to settle a forklift argument the only way they know how, by a race to the death. The excitement was way higher than it should be for something this dumb. T-Baby was playing referee and collecting bets. What could go wrong? Let's fuck around and find out.
About 30 minutes have passed, and Keon and Dean have finally agreed on the finish line, an old loading bay door on the far side of the warehouse. Only problem? In their excitement, neither bothered to check the warehouse floor for obstacles. I've got a hunch this is about to go sideways, so I head down to scope out the finish line. Halfway down the path, there's a massive oil spill, enough to turn the concrete floor into a skating rink. I squint at it thinking, oh, this can't be good. By the time I confirm it's an oil slick, it's too late. I hear the revving of forklifts behind me, and when I turn around, T-Baby is standing between Keon and Dean, her hands up like she's officiating the Indy 500. The rest of the crew is gathered around, hyped up like they're watching a prize fight. There's no stopping this. Then, without warning, T-Baby drops her hands and both forklifts roar forward. I know there's no way to call it off now, so I do the next best thing, make a run for cover. The crowd cheers them, yelling their names like they're in a high-stakes race instead of a forklift sprint. Keon and Dean are neck and neck, barreling down the aisle with their egos and pride on the line. They're closing in on that oil spill, and for a split second, I almost want to warn them. But then again, nah. Right on cue, both forklifts hit the oil slick, and the wheels slide out from under them like they're on ice. In perfect, synchronized chaos, both forklifts spin out of control, skidding wildly across the floor, coming to a screeching halt about 5 doors from the finish line. As the forklifts settle, Keon and Dean leap off their machines, looking like they still have a chance to win. They lock eyes, then take off on foot in the slowest, most awkward foot race I've ever seen. Both are stumbling, out of breath, but neither is backing down. The rest of us are cracking up, cheering them on. Then, out of nowhere, Dewan clutching a megaphone like a weapon. He raises it to his mouth, his voice blasting across the warehouse.
What the hell is going on my damn dock?
By the time we finally look back to see what's become of the race, both Keon and Dean are sprawled out on the ground, gasping for breath, faces red from the effort, pride bruised, egos deflated. Thanks to DeJuan's unexpected entrance, we'll never know who won that ridiculous race. Finally, end of shift. I make it to my car, sink into the seat, and kick off my work boots like they're on fire. Slip into my slippers. Comfort mode activated. As the engine warms up, I sit back, staring at the windshield, thinking, did I actually learn anything today? I shake my head with a smirk. All right, here's the takeaway. Life's just a never-ending forklift race with an oil slick halfway down the track. You think you're making progress, and then bam, someone's spinning out, boxes flying, and the guy next to you thinks he's in the Olympics. But here's the trick. You don't have to win. Just stay upright, dodge the spills, and make it to the finish line without losing your fucking mind. I put the car in gear, smirking as I pull out of the lot. So here's to surviving another day of chaos. At least until tomorrow, anyway.
Yeah. You know what's up. Rockin' slides. The eccentric chop. I rock spots when I step on the scene. Chillin' heavy like a day. Bless your heart, got my crew right. Top down, yeah, we have been dreamed. Yeah. Slides on my feet, wrist looking neat. Keep it real cool, icy with the heat. Drippin' up and low, yeah, you know the vibe. Blood pack tight, and we on the night. A party is always with a side. About to sleep, flooded up by the high. Don't leave me, I'm out my way, yeah. You're gonna have to follow my name. You're just right, you're teasing, you know this way. Just a happy day, all day. Bless your heart, come cool, right? Top down, we have been dreams. Money rain, we rock this stage. My words like the weird exchange. I'm in the crowd, like a bitch slave. Don't close, Lexington stay. Girl, jumping in my 5-4 LA. Yeah, you been stubborn inside. You trust I will do show. It's all over. Oh, you might have to go on my name. You just trying to see the thing. You know this is. Just a happy day, all the honey. But your heart comes cool, right? Top down, you could dream and dream. Man,